Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Hi, Mick. Hi, Wayne.
How you
Except
doing?
Wayne.
I'll be right back. I won't be
Yeah.
gone long. I'm right back.
How you doing, Mick? Okay, if it is. Yeah, we got I went with the fiber optics, and everything was fine last night. And then there must have been a glitch or something because it went out earlier, and I couldn't figure out how to get it back going. So Mom had to call the phone company, and then because now with the fiber optic, the phone goes out too. But now it's up. It's fine. Hi, Steven. Been having to give my phone its ice bath. Earlier, when I was at the doctor's watching your live, I thought my phone was going to melt right into my hand.
Hmm.
So, what's up? How was your pizza?
It came out good. It had the pineapple taste to it, and it had the honey taste to it. Okay, it tasted really good.
What's up, Steven?
What's going on, Tasha?
Not too much. Been watching movies. Then I was going to be a jerk earlier and start right at 8 o'clock, but I figured I'd wait. So, what'd you do today? Anything exciting?
Just been on my live for 2 hours early. I
Yeah,
did.
how'd that go? Did you have any trolls?
Oh, when I came in, when I came in on live, um, in the beginning, I noticed that what I said. I just did a pop up live, so um, it started at 5, and ended up being over a 2 hour show. But that's because I had like one, two, I had three, I had four people on the panel,
Right.
on which it was great because that that shows something when you got the right person that helps you want to build and your channel up and
Yep.
everything, and they're inviting all their followers and stuff like that. Well, in the beginning, she was running late, so a troll come in and says, "Why are you sad?" So I said, "Oh, okay." So I figure out. I said, "Oh, I know this. I know this is a troll because you know." And he kept repeating and repeating. So I went in, I just blocked him, reported him. Then I said, well, let me go to my
You got
YouTube
one.
studio and go to the subscribe mode and keep them out. So I did that, went back into the live and everything. But it was like, and that was the only troll I had the rest of the night. So I said, good, at least that was that one troll. But and one of the people, if they sometimes I'll let the sometimes if they do come in and they don't do nothing, but I kind of laugh, and sometimes I just laugh at them, and
Yeah.
I say, just keep on running your mouth, um, and and so I was sitting there one day when one of the trolls, I was sitting there way back before I even got big on YouTube, and I had some key people in the chat that there was moderators or whatever. And I remember I had about, I think I had like 300 people at that time. And I had some moderators, and one of the guy blocked the troll, and he was saying some nasty stuff. Like, and I mean, you wouldn't believe what coming out of his mouth. And right time he even said anything, they already blocked him. Because somebody told me that he was in their chat doing the same thing. So I mean that happens all the time. I mean, you don't ever know when they're gonna pop in the door, but
No.
you gotta be ready to bite them in the butt.
Yeah,
But
you got to do it pretty quick.
but most of the time, I don't think I really have to really worry about on mine because there's a lot of people and they're watching in the chat, and a lot of them that there's a couple of people like what's his name big something long care something like that. He's in there all the time. He'll block people too. When Moonlight now Moon, what's his name Moon over Miami now he'll block people. He's a very good one. He's been in the YouTube for a while.
Yeah.
I like Moon over Miami. He's a very good supporter. He's been in it. I don't know. He's been in it for a while. And there's another guy comes in. I know back whatever Tyler comes in all the time. I don't see a whole lot of people that used now. Most of the people checks the replays because they're working most of the time.
Yeah.
I know Fat Ninja. He he did mine replays.
I try to if I have a moment, but with so many people going live on and off through the day that I'm a moderator for, it makes it hard for me to go and watch anything else unless I run part of a playlist at night or something like that.
Well, I just was playing a playlist that someone asked me to play his playlist because he was looking for watch hours. So I've been doing that, and you know you help out people as much as you can. But that's the only thing you can do. Crazy hillbilly.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to say what I want to say without calling the person out. So we'll just say a person that most of us all like wants to think that he's all big and bad, top of the line shit. And yes, I know he's watching, so all I gotta say is if you're gonna run your mouth, how about you grow a pair of balls and, come on and say it to somebody's face instead of being a coward and hiding behind your mommy's apron strings. The stuff that's being said is not okay, and the way you're treating people is not okay. And I wouldn't treat my worst enemy in the whole entire world the way that you treat your so-called friends. I don't know. I could go on for an hour on that whole subject, but I myself didn't do anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I always give everybody the benefit of the doubt, but if you're just going to turn around and treat everybody like they're just a piece of shit, like a piece of gum on the bottom of your freaking shoe that you can't scuff off, then obviously you don't know what friendship is and don't value any type of friendship that you've had with anybody. So my thing is, you want to put somebody on blast, then you can come up here on my stream and we'll talk about putting people on blast. That's all I got to say.
Mm.
If you're going to talk, your ass better be able to walk the walk.
You tell him, Tasha.
Well, I done playing freaking nice. Everybody, I do my best to just bite my tongue, but shit is being said to people that, one, don't deserve to freaking hear it or have it said to them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, who in the F do you think you are?
Mm.
What gives you the freaking right? Especially when it's not. Granted, yes, this person's everywhere that the stuff was said to.
Mm.
But don't go messaging people or calling them and leaving some stupid freaking message and not have balls enough to answer the freaking phone when they call you back.
Mm.
I have family and friends that I haven't talked to in probably years. But you know what? If they picked the phone up and called me and said, hey, I really need to talk to you, it's emergency, or hey, I just need to talk, I don't know who else to turn to or whatever, I'd still pick up the phone. Regardless. And I'd still listen. But it's getting to the point with another person that I don't know if I want to pick up the phone or not. Because you might just get a holy roaring F off. The whole thing is, I'm not tech savvy, and I'll tell you that right off. I can do enough to do what I got to do, and that's it. But what people really need to remember is you can go out and spend $5.99 and you can find out anything you want about a person.
Mm-hmm.
Or a company or whatever you may want to look up. So people might actually want to think, before they run off at the freaking mouth.
Mm.
But they ain't gonna. So did you put red sauce on your pizza, Wayne?
No. I put when I made the sauce, I have Prego sauce, and I put when I mixed the dough, I put the honey and the pineapple juice in the dough, and cooked it in. Tasted pretty good too. It wasn't dry or nothing. It was just pretty good.
So Prego, which is red sauce, spaghetti sauce, in other words.
No, it's pizza sauce I use.
Yeah.
They got Prego pizza sauce out there with oregano in it.
I'm one that doesn't think that pineapple belongs anywhere near a pizza.
Tasted it. No, it's just like it gives the dough taste. Instead of being dry, it keeps it moist.
Oh, all right.
And it's pretty darn good. It tasted very well.
I could probably be all right with the pineapple juice, but I don't know about the honey.
The honey, it just went right along with it. Didn't do nothing. It helped the crust. It made it taste better. Wasn't bad.
I know, but if I taste the sweetness, I don't like sweet and savory together.
It wasn't that sweet. I didn't put a lot in it. I just put mostly more. I only put a little honey in it. I didn't put a lot in it. But I put a lot of pineapple juice in it, though.
Yeah, so starting Tuesday night, 10 p.m. to 7 p.m. Wednesday, we're supposed to get 2 to 5 inches of snow.
Um, this honey I have used for the pizza was organic. It was real honey from a hive, from beehive. It tasted gotten pretty good too. But I didn't put a lot in the pizza though. I just put a little bit in there. I didn't put a lot. I put more um, pineapple juice in there than I did honey. So
Yeah. Oh, Plus went back through and deleted our whole conversation.
oh
The person.
oh really?
I miss health and beauty. How are you doing?
Hmm.
Which I really wouldn't have even known if it didn't notify me
Hmm.
that the conversation was deleted. So I don't know. I had to take care of another person next time I see her name too,
Hmm.
so I can block her from my channel. I'm just gonna say something to you, Wayne.
Sure.
Oh, so you want to know the ironic part of going to see my orthopedic for the follow up on my knee surgery?
Yeah.
When he come in the room, he was on crutches.
Oh,
I'm like, what the hell did she do? He's like, yeah, I had to have little knee surgery myself. But I told him about Remy hitting my knee.
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it was about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I think, or I don't know. But I told him I had like this big, like, fluid sac that like popped up.
Mm-hmm.
But I told him, I'm like, the inside of him, he's like, well, did he hyperextend it? I said, no. I said, he just hit full bore. I said, right into my kneecap. And I was telling him, I said, the inside part of my knee, like, really hurts. So he was like feeling it and stuff like that. And he told me, he goes, well, your inside part of your knee is what's damaged. He's like, that's where all the fragments were from. So he's like, well, how'd the meloxicam work? And I said, well, they never called it in or never went through or whatever.
Huh.
And he's like, oh, he goes, because we could do a cortisone shot. And I said, well, I'd rather try the pills first. Because then half the time, if you get a cortisone shot, then they want to make you pay extra.
Yeah.
Which they charge you enough. I don't want to pay extra.
Right.
So, go to put the check for the Jeep in there. Remember, I told you it's going to be in mine and the husband's
Yeah.
name. But they wouldn't let me. They told me that he had to be with me with his ID.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So now tomorrow I have to go meet him like an hour away from me. And probably about, I don't know, probably about an hour and 15 minutes from him at the bank.
Oh, okay. Just don't go alone. That's all.
Oh, I'll just meet. We'll go right into the bank. It's not like.
I'll be right back, all right?
Well, hurry the hell up, Wayne. What are you munching on, Steven?
Just potato chips.
I always tell Wayne to hurry the hell up. She's always pokey. How was your day, Big Matt? What's up, Randy? I don't know. Today is just one of those days that I just wanted to stay in bed and not do a damn thing. But hopefully the pillows to take down the swelling in my knee joint helps. Are you back now? Do I have to go to your frickin' chair?
No.
Well, you're like a little kid tonight. You can't sit still for frickin' 2 minutes. You must be snacking on something.
No, almost.
Oh, you're typing. Yeah, I know, Randy. Sometimes he needs to be glued to his frickin' chair.
No, I had to text my girlfriend on the phone here.
Well, Big Matt, if I didn't want to know about your day, I wouldn't have asked. You on the road, Randy? Of course, I ain't gonna be able to do a morning live tomorrow either, because I have to go up there. I do it on my way, but I don't have good service up that way. It bloops out. Well, you could come up on panel and tell us about your day. Oh, okay.
Oh, that told you the answer to it.
That works too. Yeah, Randy, we're supposed to get 2 to 5 now. On the 20th, they're calling for 1 to 2 feet of snow in Buffalo, which is 4 hours away from me.
Oh, jeez.
But it don't show us getting any of it, so it's probably gonna just die out there. I'm blaming the yawning on you.
He said he'll let you know in private. That's what Matt said to you.
Yeah, just message me.
Huh. Oh.
Yeah, I gotta. When I let the chickens out this morning, I was like, feeling on their feathers and their body and stuff. They felt super cold.
Hey, Matt, what did you do? Knock somebody out?
So I used some grain bags and blocked 3 of the vent holes because the wind was just roaring through them. I don't think it'll stay long here. I mean, it could have waited till like Friday, right before hunting season. And of course, the ground's not frozen solid, so it'll end up being a muddy mess. Where the heck's Squirrel at?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Probably in the other live that's going on right now.
Possible.
As they say, ain't no skin off my ass.
Hmm.
But Wayne, you're normally more talkative than this.
I don't know. This day was horrible. Everything. Well, the problem why I said it's horrible is I did the live stream this morning. I mean, for the pizza, right, this afternoon. My stupid camera wouldn't work, right?
Yeah.
So I said I took it off and I said, you stupid camera, it wouldn't work right off, and so I couldn't use the Yahoo Messenger, not the Yahoo, I mean the YouTube Messenger. It wouldn't work on the camera. It wouldn't kick the camera over. So I tried B-Stream and it kicked the camera and it worked. But YouTube wouldn't turn the camera on. Stupid today. It was really stupid.
Well, that's why I messaged you on Instagram, because I was watching sitting there in the doctor's office. I'm like, what the hell happened now?
It always happens. But it wasn't the internet. I had an internet plug-in from this router in the back all the way to the studio. So I have a plug-in for the internet. That works fast. Just this laptop has something to do, don't like to extend the webcam out. I like to find an adapter to put on that USB adapter on that. I'll see if I can see if they make one for the laptop. You know, like one of the adapters you can put in, you don't have to take back out.
Yeah.
I like to looking for one of those if we can find one. We won't have an issue anymore. This is a used laptop, so it can give you issues because the USB is kind of worn.
Yeah, it happens.
So make sure that laptop don't die.
Mine, I just need to take to Best Buy and have them clean it up and
Plant the pot.
maybe put in a bigger RAM or something. I don't know. Because even when I'm not on the Wi-Fi, the speed of the computer actually working is super slow.
Someone's playing music over me, so I'm just going to mute this for a minute.
How often do you go to the flea market, Stephen? Is it just on the weekends or?
Well, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday they open. I'm going on Friday, starting this Friday, because there's a lot more people on Friday and Saturday, and Sunday also, because the church people comes out and they go out and just walk around, or they looking for things. But you'd be surprised, like um now Fridays is getting packed, and I know what it is. It's usually in November, in December, you got people looking for things like gag gifts or stocking stuffers or whatever for the Christmas and all. It's the time where the people is going to start looking for things and stuff like that. So I'm starting to get my new vinyl in. So when I get my new vinyl stuff, like the Revives records, what they call it. But if it's new bands, like just say new bands of today, they'll have to pay the price. I'm sorry. I mean, I got to make my money. So, and I'm supposed to be getting them in soon. So, a guy that I talked to, I'm just probably getting like 25 records right now, and just to test out some of the new local bands that I got in North Carolina and see how it goes. because some of your local bands they still playing in the clubs and stuff because that's the only way they can perform.
Yeah.
And so um, it they got a Christian band that what they do they take a cover or a cloth and they block the thing so nobody don't go over there and it's like a special concert.
Yeah.
Um, so the night that I went over there, they had the cover, they had a Christian band there, and they covered the alcohol and all that stuff. And and it's a very popular band. Striper's probably one of the big Christian bands right now that still carry on their thing. Michael Sweet is a very nice guy now. He's cleaned up. He don't do drugs and stuff like he has a testimony for young people. You think drugs is the answer for your problems? Wrong. Jesus is the problem solver. That's what he promotes all the time. He has the things Isaiah their favorite verse or something. I think it's by your stripes we're healed or something like that. But you know he takes that
First Peter 2:24.
yeah, but he also uses another verse called Isaiah on a lot of his shirts and stuff. I think that there was the old verse they used to use. They don't use that no more. They use another. I think it's the one that Wayne says they're using that one because that was the old Striper. This is the new Striper. Because one of their band members did leave them, and went on to another Christian band. See that's what tells you a lot of them don't stay long. They go to help out some other people that they need help. And but Michael Sweet, he's a nice guy. I mean, he come out flat right. He's like a John Skillet, Petra when Petra was very popular. Petra went
He
out.
used to be in the Gaither band, that guy you're mentioning.
Who?
When you mentioned that guy there, didn't he used to be a part of the Gaither vocal group?
No, he never was. Michael Sweet.
I thought he was on one of those guys was on drugs at one time too, and he got clean afterwards.
It might have been. I don't know. There might have been one of them that might a long time ago or something, but I can't think of his name. Rusty something. God, most of them. They had so much Christian rock bands you won't believe way back in the time when they started performing. But it died out, kind of died out. And then, but and then now they got these new Christian bands that it's just all right, but they're not like.
Yeah, I haven't really listened to Christian music since my grandmother passed away.
It's just like I don't listen to much of the Christian stuff. I mean, I listen to some of the bands that I'm already familiar with. Like Casting Crowns is probably like one of my favorite bands because they did a song. They did a song very good called "Scars of Heaven" that they play that all the time in the funeral now.
Good evening, Judy May. How are you doing?
Judy May. I mean,
When's the headless horseman over there? His head is gone. Go ahead, Stephen.
But I heard I'll probably try to go to my buddy down the flea market, but he said he ain't going down. He's got the tent, but he don't want to. He's got to put that heater on outside, and because he heats it up because it's cold out there, now. So he has to put that heater to warm it up a little bit. Then he cuts it off when it gets and he gets off. He's funny.
I'm doing okay, Julie Mae.
I was looking at my Christian CDs I have on my shelf over here. Some Gaither groups and stuff I got. And I think it's Michael English that used to be on drugs, I think.
Yeah, Michael English, he was.
And he got off of it afterwards. He cleaned
But
up.
I'm trying to think. I got 5 of his CDs.
Now, can you even get vinyl for like bands like that are out there now?
Yeah, they're revised, but they'll it's almost okay. You can get the same record, but it's revised. It means new vinyl, but new quality, more thicker, and it's not the thin record where it's just so thin it almost looks like it's going to break. Um, but now now you can still find some of the, the what they call pre-owned that somebody else is having, but most of that is on eBay. And the reason why is somebody else has got it and they put it on there and the price. What I say now, to me, if you got the new vinyl out with the same identical record, the pre-owned and the thing, and you put them and you play that record, you really don't hear much difference. But so the record of today is on a digital platform, and then that's the only way they can put it on there. So it's like everybody says, "Well, I think it's all right." But I said, "Well, if you thought about it, everything that you put on is much digital now." Um, I said, "It's not. I mean, you're never going to find the original copy because somebody else has got it."
Right.
And I mean, you looking for original copy, you might as well just search eBay all day long, and you're not going to find it. You know who's got the original copy? It's the recording studios and all of them. They're the ones that's got it because they got to
He
keep
was
in the manufacturing companies and all them that they're owners, the ones that supports the person that is there. They got it. They're the ones that got it. They're the ones that's going to make the record. And you know what they say? They're cutting out. They're cutting out all these things now. They're saying if you don't get this record and right now, you will never see it again. And the reason why they're telling you the truth, if you don't get that record now, you're never going to see it again. They're only going to make like. To give you an example, Ozzy Osbourne. Let me give you an example. Ozzy Osbourne. If you go and look for Ozzy Osbourne's record,
that tote have a lot of his old stuff.
yeah, and they're saying, oh, they're only going to limit all they could. See, Ozzy Osbourne stopped that. He didn't want to make all the records all in one. He wanted to make a package. He wants to make a package where if you buy the complete set, get all the records with all the songs or all the greatest hits that he ever done. That's the ones that's going to be. Everybody's looking for the greatest hits. They don't want to look. They don't want all the songs. They want all the blah blah blah. So what he's doing now is that when I went on his website, he does got a new album. He's got a new album with all. It's like a real with CDs. You can get CDs or you can get the records or cassettes, and then they're making a comeback with cassettes right now. They want to bring back the cassettes now. So it's like there's always like if one stops there, they want to repeat the whole cycle like a recycle. They want it comes in a recycle. So it's like that. So they want to make a package. So the package is if you spend the whole set that they want to give you, the CDs, the records, the cassettes, the 45s. I mean, if you don't jump on this, I don't know what will, but it's worth it in your budget. If you're Ozzy Osbourne fan, $1,000 for all that, that's worth it. It is, to me, it's worth it because he is. If he died today, there won't be no Ozzy. Ozzy is probably, you could ask. They had talked to him about his faith in God. He was brought up in Catholic church, but it's like, somewhere down the line, he, somewhere in his heart he believes, but he's a Catholic, so he's.
I like to look for old cassettes that are really ancient.
Yeah, that's what most people are looking for. They're hard to find.
And when someone throws theirs out, I grabbed them. I got a bunch of them in that room, and you ain't gonna find them anywhere. They're ancient.
I'm trying, like, I go to yard sales, and I know what I'm looking for when I go to yard sales. There's certain things, action figures, all that kind of good stuff, because I know what sells and what don't sell. Clothes does not sell at a yard flea markets. For crying out loud, no. Unless it's a jersey or something like that is in good condition. Well, some people want more money and they got sense. And I said, you ain't gonna get nobody to pay you that much money for that jersey.
Right.
And not at a yard sale you won't. You might put it online, you might get it. But
Yeah, I collect cassettes over the years. So I got a lot of good stuff that I have that you'll never find anywhere else again. And I'm telling you, like, and I have this recorder now, so you can put it on a disc and reserve it. You don't have to use the original copy again.
That's good about.
I'm trying to think. I know a lot of people coming in there looking for like metal and heavy metal stuff. And I said, that's the hardest thing to find. But the problem is, you go on eBay and you're looking for the heavy metal. I said, forget that. I ain't paying that price for that stuff. One guy got all that heavy metal stuff. He got 150 cassettes and he wants $1,000 for them.
Wow.
I said, people think they got gold in their britches.
I'm right, but I'm not going to disappear that long. All right, relax.
I'm timing you, Wayne. I can't even see my watch. We're at 51 seconds, Wayne. Hey, Mom. That's good, Berto Bob. I'm glad.
But I sell most of anything now, because if I don't, I won't get no people coming in. So from household items and dishes and all that kind of stuff, I mean, you won't be surprised. I even got a Christmas doll that I had from last year. A lady gave me. I sold one of them dolls, but this one's here is still in the box, and people still buy them. They'll still buy them. I got one doll.
You're gone less than a minute, Wayne.
There's one.
Oh, Wayne had to go get his cassette box.
These are stuff the guy threw out.
Leonard Skinner.
These are the guys. This is the stuff this guy
Has it
threw
got
out.
the one with the flame on it?
I've never heard of this group. You ever heard of this thing?
Oh yeah, I heard of them.
Sly the Family Stone. You won't see that anymore.
No, that's
How's Serge, Berto Bob?
The Beach Boys, all their songs.
yeah.
Oh, I love the Beach Boys.
Electric Light Orchestra and a cassette.
Oh yeah. ELO.
Yeah.
Zero.
Gee, this is the old one you never find ever again. because they're all done. That was before your time, Steve.
Mamas and papas.
Oh yeah, mamas and papas.
Uh,
Before my
I
time.
listen. I've been listening. I listen to mamas and papas.
Steve Winwood. Who's that? I don't know who that is.
It's kind of country.
I
Pop.
got a lot of money in that box, Wayne.
Queen. Oh my God.
Huh?
The works.
The Who?
Yeah, that's another one that people goes after.
Yeah. The Best of Kansas.
Yeah, Kansas.
A pastor was on that group. You wouldn't know it, but it was a born again Christian on that group.
Well, that's cool.
The Bellamy Brothers. These are my favorite. These are one of my favorite. They play
The
rhythm and
Allman
blues.
Brothers brand. The Allman Brothers.
Yeah, they play rhythm and blues type country. They're pretty
Yeah.
damn good. The Yardbirds. I don't know if you remember those. Do you?
Yeah, I do.
And this is way back. Way back. There's another Queen, another one.
Oh,
Wow.
Supertramp. Ever heard of them?
yeah, her Super Tramp.
This is Janis Joplin's greatest hits. This is old. She's in a grave now, but that's one of the old ones.
Wow.
The Firm. You ever heard of The Firm?
Yeah, I heard it from.
Tons. He threw all 2 big bagfuls of cassettes away. All old stuff. The vintage rock and roll late 60s.
Oh my God.
The late 60s.
How many people was coming up there looking for that stuff at my flea market?
Bonnie Ray, remember? Bonnie Ray?
Yeah, I know Bonnie Ray. Yeah.
Vanilla
I
Fudge.
pretty got quite a few
Oh
dollars.
my God. Oh my.
This is the stuff that this guy, the Rolling Stones, 64 to 71.
Oh my word. That's a collector. That right there is some money right there.
Yeah, I'm saying the guy threw all this out, 2 big bagfuls of all the cassettes that Ryan, what was his name? Martin, that killed himself. These are his cassettes.
Did you grab them all, Wayne?
The guy threw them out. I took them. The guy that used to live over there, he threw them out in the darn trash, so I grabbed them. Grateful Dead.
Oh yeah.
Hey, all these things are ancient history stuff. This is nothing like new stuff.
That's like this. Money.
Alice Cooper.
Oh my God.
See, this is all the stuff that he threw out. Leonard and Yoko Ono, she couldn't sing worth a dime. That lady was a joke. She couldn't sing worth a. She never singing, but she'd sing like she was yelling, like a dog with a toothache.
What's up, squirrel? Judy May, some people are going to be welcomed into my nightmare to keep your shit up.
The greatest rock and roll of the 80s.
You can mail that one to me, Wayne.
Well, yeah. This is a lot more I got to go. This is not all of it. I have a lot of them. The Jim Croce era.
Oh yeah.
He made some cassettes up too, but Carole King.
Uh-huh.
I know Judy May, but I was just saying they're going to be welcomed into my nightmare to keep the shit up.
Now this is another classic.
Phil Collins.
Wow.
Very much a classic.
I got all the Genesis right now.
Someone even recorded another one. I don't know if he got this off a record album, but the guy collected for himself.
Probably.
Blood, Sweat, and Tears. That's an oldie.
Mm-hmm.
Another good one, though.
There's some more here. Alice Cooper again. There's no cover on it, but it's Alice Cooper. Let's see what we have in here. What else? Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Brian. Salad surgery. This ain't all of them. I got a big total of all these other cassettes that he had too. Let's do it to cassettes. Let's see it out there. Madonna.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had that cassette.
See, his name's Martin. See, that's the guy that's not long alive anymore. Let's see, what's the name of that one? Sniffing the Tears. Jay Giles.
Exactly, Mom. Mom says, holy crap, Wayne.
Marshall Tucker Band.
John Walsh.
Yep.
This is all old stuff. How's this in here? He got some stuff in here that's made up too. They recorded from somewhere. I don't know exactly where he got them from, but he did some of his own recordings too. Like
I
Led Zeppelin.
recorded them off a record or
Yeah, maybe. He
radio.
did. But I got a lot of other ones. I don't want to take the toll in here because I have the dead ghost follow me in here. I don't want him in my room. He refuses to leave when he stops in here, and I don't want him in here. He don't follow me to have these, but the totes he does for some reason. U2 live.
Yep. I got a few of you two.
All right, here's another one. Huey Lewis in the News.
Wow.
And hey, whenever someone throws cassettes out, I'm the one that grabs them. And I have so many cassettes in my house, it's unbelievable. And I like to tinker with them. I like to record things on CDs.
Good evening, Chef. How you doing?
When I do, I get rid
No,
of the cassette and record them. First. Who's this? Keep on keeping on. The new rise of, I don't know who this is. NRPS. Purple Stage. Ever heard of that one?
Yeah, I heard that one.
I'm doing okay, Chef. What is that?
These are all these other ones are made up, like Aerosmith, but these are made up by him. But I got all old Rolling Stone ones in the tote out there too. I mean, he went all out, and I guess he collected a lot of their Rolling Stones cassettes. I mean,
Yeah.
these are ancient history stuff. When I was a kid, I went to a concert with to see the Rolling Stones. And I was like, when they used to have the Brockton Fair, they don't have it anymore. They got rid of it because it's causing too much violence in the city. And they didn't want it anymore. But I'm gonna get that. I got a lot of Aerosmith. I got a lot of Alice Cooper's. Bunch of cassettes in there, other told out in the other room. What's the other guy's name? I think it's AC/DC. I think I have some of those. I think got them too. I think he went all out and must have saved a lot of these because he has so many of these cassettes that so I have to probably pack these better in here. Probably have to pack them in here neater. I won't be able to put them all in if I don't. It's a bad thing to put in a bag though, because you can't pack them in this thing too good. But this is a lot of.
Well, yeah, I can imagine how many others are in that frickin' coat.
Yeah, I have a bunch of them. I have a lot of old classic stuff that you won't find anymore in the stores, that's for sure. A lot of ancient songs in there.
For sure, Judy May.
Guy went all out and did all this recording and used to live over here on the third floor of that house. And he was bothering me because I took the CE, the tote. It was a real bag. It was a big bag that you had it in. Kind of a funny looking bag they carried them in. You threw them out in the bag, some kind of a waterproof bag or something. And so I had an extra tote in my house, so I put them in and I packed them in a tote to keep them preserved. So I wanted to buy that cassette burner there, cassette player. Because once I burned them in CDs, then I'm going to probably do something with them. But that's not what they do. They go to the flea market and find them.
Okay, Stephen.
All right.
Good night.
Take care, Stephen.
Good night.
Good night.
Now, are they like big garbage bags, Wayne?
No, it wasn't the garbage bag. It was a kind of a, what's the heck that now? It was a heavy, I think you can go to a dollar store, I think, or maybe some kind of it was like a I can't explain what kind of bag that was. It was like the water couldn't go through it, but it was made out of plastic, but it was waterproof.
Oh, all right.
It's like a tote, but it was a bag of a tote. See, I would bring that tote in there, but I don't want that spirit following my ass in here. I don't want him in my room staying in here. He stands in the corner, not saying a word. I don't want him in here. Kind of an oddball. An old
No,
hippie.
can't say that I blame you.
He's an old hippie, you know. He's quiet. He's timid. He's not. Hello, Judy May. He's not a danger to anybody. He's just a timid person. He keeps to himself. He's quiet. You know what I mean? A hippie. You know, the kind of hippies that used to be like that way back in the 60s. They're timid. They don't bother anybody. They stay to themselves. But he collected a lot of cassettes. I mean, tons of cassettes. And I
would
have a
say
lot
so.
myself of my own collection, but I never collected this old stuff. And my brother said, "You want these?" I said, "Yeah, I want them all." You know, the guy threw 2 bags of them out. Why wouldn't I grab them? They're gonna be worth some bucks for these. And
Oh yeah.
he threw them out. So I said, "What the heck? Grab them!" You know. He threw a couple of printers out too, but we got rid of them. I wish I didn't get rid of the printers, but I did. But but I have to get it on another tote. Put this in the tote instead of his bag.
Yeah.
Bag horrible. I could pack them in if I wasn't sitting down. Probably do them later. Probably leave them like this for now. Pack them in neater.
Hey, sis nuts, how you doing?
Hey, that's Vlogs. How you doing? I got the J. Giles band. I got what's that name? That guy sings that Joker. I have his songs too. But I have a lot of Queen, Aerosmith.
Mm-hmm.
And all the old stuff, you know. I can't even count them all. I have so much of that. Too many to remember.
Well, I'm sorry that you're not really good. Keep you in my prayers.
Yeah, we'll pray for you. That's Vlog 21. Don't worry. We'll keep you in our prayers. I always do that. I always make that a part of my ministry. I'm gonna think I'm gonna pack these in better. I think later after I'm off this, because there's a lot of packing in here to do.
Yeah, I'm curious about the tote though.
Oh, I have a lot of them. I'll read them to you maybe next time we're on this live stream. Um, I was it Ozzy Osbourne too. I got a lot of hits. Ozzy Osbourne
I love
and
Ozzy.
a lot of old cassettes of his in there. A lot of old stuff. I mean, this guy must have collected it over his lifetime. He even has some Beatle cassettes in there too, and they're worth a lot of money.
Oh, I love the Beatles.
He
Deep
even
Floyd.
recorded them off an album, and unfortunately, it didn't sound that bad when I looked at them. I mean, I can play them and find out. I checked one of the cassettes out, and they played excellent. Like it was brand new. He kept good
Yeah.
care of them, and so I can't even recall all the cassettes that are in that tote. I mean, the bag used to come up like the bag was this big. It was like up to my knees.
Mm-hmm.
Filled the cassettes all the way to the top, and used to zip her up. They had them all zippered up, and
I wonder why the hell he threw them all away.
because he was moving, he sold his house, but the one that used to own them isn't alive anymore. So he threw them out. He was related to him, and he's tossed them out because I think the guy lost his wife in an accident. I'm not sure, because he had a wife with 2 little girls, and they all disappeared and they weren't around no more. And he cracked up, so he wasn't right anymore either. So
Well,
you really put two and two together, something happened.
I
So,
would say so.
and he had a counselor with him, and he wasn't right in his mind anymore. He lost it. He was very close to his kids. The kids were his world. So it's too bad.
Yeah. Hi, Elliot.
Hey, Ellie, how you doing, man? Why don't you come up and join us in the panel? Come up and join me and Tasha.
Are you still at your daughter's?
That's true. You could be, huh? I got that table here. Do I still? Oh, I do got that table. I didn't saw them all here. Okay. I got the table right here. Cool. So I can pack them in better then. I can use this table to do it.
Yeah.
Sit on the table and pack them in better. I was wondering if I had the table in here too.
Well, you can come up if you want to, Elliot.
Yep. All right.
Anyone's welcome to come up.
Yep.
But yeah, you got a lot of good cassettes just in that bag.
Where do you see the tote? That's even worse. Even worse, the tote has more. Wouldn't believe all the things he saved. I got a lot more Queen. I got a lot more Ozzy Osbourne. I got a lot of AC. I think it has AC/DC in there, I think, too. I'm sure. Collect over the lifetime.
It's just crazy that people don't take the time to research it, because instead of throwing it away, he could have, possibly got money. You know what I mean?
He was took a pair of guns in the head.
Oh,
He cracked up. He wasn't thinking that. He wanted to get out of there. He sold his sister. Him and his sister owned the house. The mother was part of it. She passed away. I used to go over and talk to him all the time until we pulled the shenanigan on us. I didn't talk to him anymore. Try to con us to help and pay for a French. And I said I never said I was going to do that. He got mad at me. And I said, I'm not paying you for something. My property to worry about.
yeah.
So I said, why are you asking me that? It's your property, not mine. So he got mad and wouldn't talk to me anymore. But hey, I ain't gonna be conned into that shit.
Right.
It's not my problem. So he
I mean, I know Mom has like her old records and stuff.
you can get a record player and put them on disc yourself, Just plug it into your USB cord into the tower and it'll burn the CDs in there for you.
Good night,
So
Mom.
I got that one. I got that right here. Up there in the top of my printer.
Well, I had a burner on mine when I had a desktop, but I just have my laptop.
Oh, you can plug it in the laptop and do it too. They'll run the speakers.
Yeah.
Now I'm packing them in better. Now they're going to fit in here. The Mamas and Papas, the guy on I think it was Phillips, his name was. He was a real weirdo.
Was it?
He molested his own daughter. How you like that one? Another one on One Day at a Time. That girl on there. Remember that show? That One Day at a Time. Her
Maybe.
name was Phillips. That was her dad on the Mamas and Papas.
No, Tony. We had gotten the fiber optics put in earlier today.
Oh, really?
And then I don't know if there was like a glitch in the fiber optics or whatever, but the internet went out. And it took a while to get it back on. Mom ended up having to call the phone company and have me on speaker with them. And then it got back working. So we've been watching movies, but I wanted to make sure that it was gonna be okay. But yeah, it was probably about 5 to 8, and I said, I'm gonna go live at 9.
Nothing else to do, right?
Well, Jamie and I watched this Mel Gibson movie by Apocalyptic.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're very welcome, Tony. I've been, I don't know, I was scrolling YouTube and seen that you were live. But lately, Jamie and I have been going to bed kind of early. Well, earlier than what we normally do. And then I put it on Takedown Catfishing's live when I went to bed because they don't go live until 2 a.m. So I think Jamie said when she got up at 4, she heard it. Or 2. Heard the music.
I think I have to put some of these in the tote too out there because it's getting too big for this bag. Maybe too many cassettes. See if it's
Yeah, but that bag takes up a little bit less room than a tote mean.
yeah. Well, you really have to zipper it up anyway. This is my
Yeah.
brother's bag anyway. It was in the other bag and you put it in this one. So I don't have to really zipper it up. Just put it out. Just keep it safe. That's it. If I get another tote to put these in, or if I repack the other tote and put them all in there. This wasn't a big ass bag anyway.
Yeah. Well, you might want to get up with Steven on some of them cassettes, Lee. Try and make a couple bucks over getting something for nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, the whole thing when I burn some of these into CDs, right, from these, I will sell them and get rid of them after the CDs are made, and
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to buy some of these, you just get the money up and pay me for them, and you can have them. That's where business is, you know. Make some money out of them. He's a reseller, right? Once you want something, you gotta pay for them if you want some. And
That's what I was saying. I didn't mean give them to him for free.
oh, I know. I had to go put these back out in the pile now. But these are a lot of good things that they're looking for in Don.
Tony, if you think about it, there isn't a woman in the world that's free.
You're funny.
Especially on the man side of it. Well, you know they're not. Oh, I needed my hair done, and I needed my nails done, and oh, I need a new shoes for this, and oh, I need a new outfit for that. And oh, I gained 3 pounds, so my pants don't fit. especially if you're with a prissy girl. Then you better have deep pockets and a thick wallet.
Now, these are the cassettes I was talking about. I'll show you in a minute. These are the second ones. Take this background out. And this is the set. These are the cassettes I'm talking about. That's how many are in here. A
Wow.
big, large tote full of these cassettes. Now go
I
get
thought
that
you were
TV.
bringing a tote in there, Wayne.
I know. I changed my mind. Who cares? I'll take him in here anyway. So I saged this room anyway, so saging it will keep the spirits out. I just want to share these with you. That's why I took them in here.
Yes, you are, Tony.
All right, I want to tell you what I got in here. All right,
Looks like you got 100 of them in there, Wayne.
Sammy Hagar. The greatest of the Hollies. They got Cleveland's Clearwater Revival. Rod Stewart.
Both good.
Bruce Springsteen. Another Allman Brothers band. Golden Earring, you heard of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Pull this closer over here. You can see this. He made a lot of them up himself too. Cream, that's when who was in. Eric Clapton was part of that group. I don't know what happened to that cover, but I'll have to find another cover for the Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Oh,
All right, where are we here? The Who. An old cassette of the Who. Talk about the cocaine addict, Eric Clapton.
I wish they would come up and sleep with us.
So, George Harrison, Cloud 1-9. The Beatles. What's this one? Natalie Merchant. Tiger. I don't know who that is. The Knack.
Wonder how are they from?
That's from the 80 songs. The Who, Faces and Dances. The Who. Aldo Nova. I don't know who he is. I don't know. Whitney Houston. Neil Diamond. Andy Pratt, whoever that is. Bob Seger.
I love Bob Seger.
Bob Seger. The Jay Giles Band. Jay Giles Band. The original master recordings of the rock and roll 60s.
I used to have a couple of those from the 50s, 60s.
So now go to this. I might find another cassette box around here somewhere. I can put another one in. George Harrison. That's where the other one came from. Alice Cooper. Another one.
That's definitely an old one.
I know. The Eagles. Genesis.
Yeah.
Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi.
Hey, I had that exact one.
Cream, Goodbye, whatever Clapton's band, the Cream there.
Yep.
Ted Nugent. The Best of New England. You ever heard of them?
Who?
The Best of New England?
No.
I never heard of them. Who's Next? The Who? Who's Next? I guess that's the Who. Okay. What else is Tom Petty? Full Moon Fever. All right, Dire Straits. You heard of these, right? Dire Straits.
Yeah.
Alice Cooper again. There's another Alice Cooper.
Oh, wow.
Another Leonard Skinner. What else here? Genesis. And Billy Joel the Stranger. Billy Joel the Stranger. Let me see here. Elton John's greatest hits.
Yeah, I like Elton John.
All right, here's another one. Another Leonard Skinner, 1991. Leonard Skinner, probably remake. Some of them died in a plane crash, that group. Aerosmith. He's from New England, Aerosmith.
Yep.
Sammy Hagar. Tune Up the Music. That must be heavy metal. I think. I'm not sure about him. Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, I like it them too.
Yep. And let's see here. Aerosmith again, one of the old ones.
Yep.
Okay, here we are. All right. And he recorded a lot of his own too. I don't know where he got all these cassettes from, but they got some in here now. It's Hard, the Who. This is old. That's ancient. That is ancient history. Jimmy Page, Outrider. I don't know who Jimmy Page was, but
The name sounds familiar.
yeah, it does, doesn't it? Now, there's Bruce Springsteen again, another cassette of him. Now, the Rolling Stones, these are ancient. These is old. The Rolling Stones are from, this is an old cassette. That's the Rolling Stones.
Yep. Wow. That one was
Chicago.
sort of antique.
Yeah, Chicago.
Yep.
The animals, the rest of the animals, that's way back in the 60s, 70s. These are all old. Led Zeppelin.
Oh, wow.
Okay, let's make sure we don't get these over. Ian McCullen. Candleland. Ever heard that person?
No. You heard of Ian McCullough?
The Beatles at every row.
I love the Beatles, the Monkees,
Stephen
Lloyd.
Miller Band. Steve Miller Band.
Yep.
That's one that sang the Joker.
A lot of those bands I grew up on.
Led Zeppelin. Elton John. That's an old one.
Yep.
Vanilla Fudge.
I don't know if I know who the heck they are.
I think that's way back in the 60s, I think. Lena Lovich, Lovich. I don't know who that is. Sounds Russian to me.
They sang, I don't know if this is a song I'm thinking of.
Van Morrison.
Yep.
In this one box here. Led Zeppelin. Two more. Right. Packaging nice and even here.
Yeah, I've heard their music before.
The Animals. And
Vanilla Fudge.
the Animals and Zombies. I know who they are. I grew up with that music. The Traveling Wilburys. I don't know who they are. This guy I heard of, Robert Palmer, right?
Yep.
This is one of the cassettes. Oh, it just come out of the box. It just flew out of here. Stop that, you. Okay. Okay. One that he copied. It's not going to be valuable because they're dupe. They're copies are his own. Usually can't sell these.
Yeah.
These are all copied on cassettes. It's illegal. All you could do is give them to someone that can want to listen for them, to them. You know. I'll get some more cassettes there. Oh, what's this one? Here, I hate boxes have red colors in them. The hell does that say? The Outlaws. Foreigner. Florida.
See, now I looked up that Ian McCullough,
Yeah.
that Candleland.
Yeah.
I've heard it before.
Buddy Holly, which I can't stand him at all. And if I
Why?
met him,
What the hell is wrong with Buddy Holly?
I would do this to him and knock him friggin' on his ass.
What the hell you want to knock Buddy Holly out for?
I don't like him.
Well, damn it, Wayne, I don't like a lot of people, and I ain't going around knocking them out.
Journey.
Careful, you made Wayne laugh. Hi, Nicole. How are you doing?
Rod Stewart.
Wow, there's a lot of Rod Stewart ones in there.
I guess you like Rod Stewart. There's another one. Original mastering recording of the 70s. All the 70s music on cassette. Van Halen 1964. That is an old cassette. That looks like it was around the corner a lot and came back afterwards. So it had wheels on it. Neil Young. It's on a cassette though. He made up Eric Clapton again. Eric Clapton. Clapton go for it. Quiet when he does not hang on his cocaine.
Nicole, if you say hi humans, what if I identify as an alien? Then what?
Humans. That cracks me out when she says that. It's so funny.
But I identify as a one-eyed, one-horned, fine purple people eater. That's another one of those songs that gets stuck in your head and you ain't got to say it too many times.
Oh, I know. Dumbass shit. See, all these cassettes that are copied, you have to keep them because it's like bootlegging. But this guy that made them was for himself.
Yeah.
He make them to sell them. He made them for himself.
Yeah, I used to sit there with a tape recorder by the radio, and I'd wait for songs to come on that I wanted, then I'd record them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I used to have a couple of CDs, best of the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. But I had a couple from the 50s and 60s. Like one of my favorites is Patsy Cline. I love Patsy Cline.
Oh, do you like Patsy Cline?
Yeah. I love singing her songs, but I can't sing as high as she does. And like I tell you, I can't carry a tune in a month.
She was something. I want to give you that one. No guy would give her any shit. She knocked the guy out just with her fists. She was taking her shit. She was tough, one tough woman. You don't want to mess with that lady, man. She was pretty tough.
Yeah, I remember that Judy May, but I don't know if I ever did it or if anybody I know ever did a Columbia House.
Queen, another one.
Yeah, I love Queen too.
We are the champions. On the edge, sea level. On the edge, sea level.
That's right, Judy May. My mom said I could be whatever I wanted when I grew up. Problem is, I ain't grown up yet. Most days I identify as a foul-mouthed sailor trucker combination that could probably make anybody in the world blush.
Or anybody in the world make me laugh. You're it. You're it.
Brutal Bob, that part of it does not even come close with the crazy freaking stuff that's going on right now.
Well, that's part of joining YouTube. You find out what's going on when you join it.
You know what I tell my mom all the time? And I say it just to be a jackass to her. And I said, yep, I was born a boy and they cut my tallywhacker off and left me with the other. And she's like, you effing jackass. Well, I was raised around guys, so like all my cousins that were like on my dad's side, first cousins were all guys besides me. Kitty cat.
I'm putting the regular cassettes up top. All the others are made up or down the bottom.
Oh, there you go.
So I can read these things. The bootleg things can sit on the bottom. The original ones, the regular ones, can sit up top. Because then, but Bon Jovi was pretty good though. And my niece liked him, liked that group.
Yeah,
I never really listened to them myself, but I was kind of an old-fashioned guy. I like my gospel music and my country, and that's it. But otherwise, I was born to be a gospel singer. I can sing real well, but I don't want my voice up.
Yeah, mom wasn't too crazy when I got Nirvana, the Nirvana in Utero. I can't remember if it was a CD or cassette tape.
But I don't want my voice because I don't want the attention. So I don't warm it up. I don't want all the attention people can provide. I don't want it. Keep it to yourself. I tell people that. When I was in the choir and people applauded me, I said, keep your applauding to yourself. They got upset at me. They got mad at me. I said, I don't care. Get mad at me all you want. Who cares? And then one person said to me, oh, you're praising us. I said, no. Who the hell you think you are? Some kind of a god or something? No, I'm up here praising the Lord, not you people. Learn that too, and learn to remember that. You got kind of mad at them.
Yeah, you know what? They'll get over it.
Oh. I'll get some cassette box to replace them. All these other cassettes are in pretty decent shape. I packed them up neatly in here too. So they'll be neatly.
Oh, looks like you need a couple hundred more, Wayne.
No, that's enough. It's all the way to the top. All these are way up to the top. I could put some more in there, but I don't want to stack them up to the top, all the way up. But I could take some out of that bag and put them in here and put the the other ones in the other one, but I don't want to mess with it. I'll
Well,
put it back
when
up
you
in the
get time, you can always take the actual cassette tapes with the like band names, not pre-recorded, and put all those in the tote, and then put all the
Yeah, I know.
ones that the guy recorded in the bag.
Yeah. I think I have some cassette covers around I can put replace the broken ones with. And I can just put them in the. I got some cassettes of my own in the back too, up in the shelf. I got a big tote of my own, country music, gospel, the new stuff. And I found some oats. I found the Hollies on the side of the road. That was on the paper route. There's another. What's the other guy's name? The what's the name of that guy there? Can't remember the guy's name. I haven't listened to that tape cassette in a while. That sang that Nashville Cat song. I can't remember that group's name now. During the '60s, Sebastian and Love and Spoonful.
Maybe I don't know.
You don't know who they are, right?
Huh?
You don't know who they are? Love and Spoonful.
No.
Do you believe in magic? And the young girl.
Okay. Yeah.
I was all.
Girl, make me something for dinner while you're at it.
I'll be right back. I want to put these back in the other room. I didn't feel anybody following me in here either. Oh, follow me in here.
Because Cheez-Its just don't cut it for dinner. You know, I would wondered if they had like some sort of x-ray machine for them containers. To make sure nobody was hiding in them. How would they know? They're all sealed when they get to the port. Hi, Elliot.
Hey, good evening.
Sorry you're not feeling well.
Yeah, it's just, I wonder, being around those great grandkids, really. They got about every little cold, at school or something. And even a while back, I suspected I may have picked up COVID in the past, being around them, going over, spending.
Well, probably kids are full of germs.
Yeah. I only started feeling it maybe a couple of hours ago. And,
Did your daughter snap your back for you?
Yeah, she did it. I had her do it a couple of times when I got there Sunday night, and then I had her hit me about 3 times today. I didn't think I was ever going to get right, but she kind of got me stabilized now a little bit. So that's better. What's up, Bob? How you doing, man? I look like crap.
That's it.
Appreciate the
You
kind
look a little
words.
pale, to be honest.
Pardon?
Hey, Elliot.
You look a little pale, to be honest.
I hope I'm not pale. I don't know that. I almost feel like I got a little bit of an early stages of flu. But I don't have no fever or anything that I can tell. So,
You do look pale too. She's right. You do look kind of pale.
I'll be all right. I haven't had the flu, I think, a few years ago here. The first time I'd probably had it in decades. I just usually don't get that stuff.
Big Matt says, "Air, you look worse than I do."
Who said that?
Big Matt.
No. Appreciate the compliment. Or the cut, I should say. Looks say I felt fine when I come home. Now I got a little bit of headache, which I can tell, which I don't usually have headaches. I hope I didn't get nothing. I hope it kind of goes away. I'm gonna go take vitamin C. Hopefully I'll get better.
Judy May says, put your sunglasses on, you'll look better.
Oh, well, thank you. Let's see, which one do I want? Oh, there you go. I was going to try the Blues Brothers ones, but I think I'll just stick with the basic.
Bob says, air, damn, it hurts to look at you. Get plenty of water and vitamin C. Judy May says, good evening.
Good evening, Judy May. Bob, good to see you. Outdoors Big Mac, good to see you. Squirrel, good to see you.
Good evening, Elliot. How are you, Elliot?
How am I?
I said, howdy, Elliot.
Oh, I thought you said, how am I going to say? I thought I just told you. I couldn't hear you, though, Wayne.
I
Were
was being
you
a
able to
wise
get
guy.
everything home, the washer, dryer?
No, I'm not getting that till probably the end of the month.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Well, that's straight. I've been trying to talk my daughter out of this. Funny, I've wanted her to come here, live for years, to help me out so I get the vet going. That way I can get me a camper and just get out of here. I'm tired of being stranded here at this house. I'd rather just kind of travel a little bit and spend time in the woods and next to trout streams, whatever. And so she's giving it up. She called her they're across the street, the landlady and her husband today. And the lady broke down in tears on the phone. She said, you've been with us 4 years. We think of you as family. We love you all. And they did get $400 for my daughter's husband's medical care. They donated some money to help him. And I told her, I said, Jennifer, today, I says, or yesterday, I think it's today, I said, you don't always get a place like this with 11 acres for $750. Even though it's a modular home, I said, you don't. And I said, if you leave here, you ain't going to never get nothing like this for $750. And I said, and after the crying part, I told her, I said, well, I'm going to tell you this. People's actions mean more than their words. I said, they've let you stay here 4 years. They have never raised the rent. They know this place is worth $1,600 at a minimum right now, and they still would rather get $750 from you. I said, that tells you a lot about these people, what kind of good people they are.
Well, good tenants, it's hard to find the same as good landlords. Now,
yes.
Good example where my daughter's staying with her friend.
Mm-hmm.
The refrigerator went. The landlord came over and looked at it, and he refuses to replace it.
Kind of common. And she texted me when I left today. She said, sorry, guys. She says, I'm going to think about it. And I said, okay. I left. And she texted me tonight and says, no, we're going to leave. I want to save some money. And I thought, well, how... You're going to move in your mother. I got to tell you this. She's going to move in her mother's basement, put a refrigerator down there. Her mother won't charge her. But the thing is, they just going to take the money and put it in a camper. And then they're going to go to a campground. They're going to pay, $400 a month, $500, I think, plus, I think they pay first $100 of the lights, one she's looking at. And she ain't going to realize time she moves that camper, goes back and forth to get groceries all the time because the camper don't hold that much food. They really don't.
No.
And our family's big on right now with all the great grandkids. Got another great grandkid a grandson on the way actually, and so that'll only be two great grandsons, two different granddaughters, and I don't think I think she's not thinking. I think she's letting emotion drive this. Just. Not thinking right. I think her fighting with her daughter so much has got her confused and got her rattled because they fight a lot. I think that she's not making a wise decision.
How cold does it get there in the winter, Elliot?
Pardon?
How cold does it get there in the winter typically?
Sometimes at 10 degrees, 15, 14. Sometimes our house ain't dropped down to 6, but it's not.
Let me tell you about campers.
Not often.
She will freeze her butt off. and she will go through so much propane to heat that camper. It's gonna cost her more
I believe so too.
a
Yeah, I
month.
believe time. But you know, every time I say something to her, she does. I think she listens, but I just don't. If I keep telling her about, it's not going. Well, I did. I tell her. I said, "You're going to find out that living in a camper is going to be fun for a while. After a while, it's not going to be." I
It's
said,
not.
especially if it's all you got. And I said, then if you want to go back to rental, I said, how you going to pay $1,800 a month for a home? So she can't. So
Now
I'm just
her daughters don't live with her, right?
no. One's down the street. That's one of the issues. The one I told you about, that
Mm-hmm.
issue. She lives down the street, and I told her they do need to move apart. They need to get it, but her daughter's, I think, trying to buy a house next year, so she's only got like a year to go until her daughter's moved. And matter of fact, my great grandson, I was there the other week. Now I don't blame him. His kids. I told him that it wasn't normal. I said, Caden, this is not normal. Your mother, and all this is not normal. This fighting between them two. Well, he apparently took it the wrong way at 9 years old, which, it ain't his fault. He goes and tells his mother that I said that she wasn't normal. So she blows her stack. So Jennifer gets her on the phone in the car, and I said to her, and I said, no, I didn't say that, Deanna. Even though, in my opinion, my granddaughter is not normal. I said, no, I said, it's not normal. You two, you and your mother fighting all the time, and it's not. And the thing is, it's not my daughter fighting. It's my granddaughter starting it every single time. So it is what it is. I think she claims that she's bipolar. Apparently she may be, so enough of that. That's not a good story. So it's really got me bugged, because I think my daughter's lucky to be where she's at. Absolutely. If I didn't live here and knowing those people were stable, and they're older now, granted they could pass away, but if I could rent a place, it would be there on that 11 acres. I would deer hunting every day, in deer season. I have a blast. The only thing I don't like, I probably wouldn't be able to live stream unless I got Starlink, and maybe down the road till they improved it. I've actually streamed with some people that's had Starlink, and some have trouble with their, video quality.
Yeah.
But it's going to happen. Bob knows the other story about coming here, so I won't even go into that. And that I kind of dread. But I don't know. She's older now, so she's makes her own decisions. Well, she always has, actually, for the most part.
Well, I was looking today. I just happened to be scrolling through stuff. There's a 4-bedroom, 1-bath house. Now this is a whole house for $950 a month.
Wow.
That's studios up here been running anywhere from $650 to $900 for a studio. That the only place in there that has a room is a bathroom that has a door.
Wow.
When my daughter moved to Johnstown, you walk in your house, and that apartment, there is the kitchen. You walk this way, there is the bedroom, which is all open. And then you go this way, and there's the bathroom, the shower, and a little closet. They're paying $650 a month. Now there, heat, water, sewer, and trash was included. So $650 a month for that is pretty cheap.
Wow. I'm surprised it's that cheap and that affordable there. Everything here is just out. Everything I know, everything in Florida's doubled. Here it's doubled. And my brother, I think I mentioned he paid off his home from a workman's comp injury. He only owed like 50-something grand. He's on a 3/4 acre with a modular home from 1994, which is a little bit better than my daughter's got. A modular home. And man, I told him, I said, man, you could rent your place for $1,600 a month. He couldn't believe it. I said, yeah, rent's high right now, high as crap. And if my daughter was staying and I thought I could get somebody that wouldn't tear my house up, I'd just go ahead and clear this place out, rent it, and get me an extra. Say if I rent it for $1,600, my mortgage is so cheap, I'd pocket over $1,000, about at least $1,000, and I'd be able to. I'd probably just move out there and rent one of her rooms and stay out in the country. But like I said, the internet's one issue that I don't like, and
Yeah.
I've got used to live streaming, and I don't want to quit. I want to stick with it and grow. And
They don't have cable or anything out there.
they only got AT&T copper wire, and like I said, AT&T will not replace that bad copper wire. It's been there for years on the poles. And she was last night when I think I said hello to you. Yeah, I did. She was getting 18 point something megabit upload per second. I mean download, excuse me. 17 something, and her upload was 0.78. Not even a megabit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's just horrible upload. And of course they charge her, the full price, and they don't care if the things are high. My internet has went down, believe it or not, from $100 to 74 or 75. I can't remember, somewhere around there.
That's good.
Yeah, it gives me a few extra dollars. Plus, we're getting a pretty good retirement raise this year on that COLA. So that'll be good. I'm thinking about, if it wasn't for my vet, I'd like to pull my vet and put $1,000 metal building out back where I can go in and out to my car and transport guns and et cetera. What it is, I don't like transporting things out in the front driveway because the whole neighborhood can sit there and see everything I do. I'm a very private guy on stuff like that. So if I do that, if I can get a metal building down the road, I'm gonna close the garage in for a big living room probably. And I have pondered making it a big giant reloading room, but I don't know yet. I kind of like to put a wood burner out there, one of those steel wood stoves.
Yeah.
One of the big ones, almost about the biggest you can get. And boy, it'd be nice. I'd have wood fire. I'd enjoy that.
Well, I know from experience what it's like living in a tiny camper. My kid's father and I, when we moved back up here from North Carolina, he was in the process of building like a little apartment on the back of the garage. Well, it was taking a long time, so we were in there from like August to like mid-November.
Mm-hmm.
So now like your refrigerator and stuff like that will run on electric so long as it's level. But the problem was those furnaces are so like temperamental. Like it would end up going out on us at least twice during the night. So you'd wake up freezing. I'd have to wake him up because I wake up to go to the bathroom and I can see my breath.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean it's a pain in the butt, and they're not insulated. They're not made for winter.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And well, there you go, Elliot.
Actually, I'm thinking about getting a camper, but it's not to sell my home necessarily and live in it. It's to travel and do some things. I got a lady in North Carolina on the mountains. She's got no, it's South Carolina. Excuse me. Is it South Carolina's got the casinos? Indian casinos. Yeah. Okay, she lives there, and she's got a half acre. She would let me sit there cheap and park my camper right on the mountaintop, probably. And not only that, where she's at, the camper places, she said they've went up. There's still a few around for about $400 or $500. Used to be not $350. I could have got it for. She had a friend that actually owned a RV park at one time. And, she's gonna give me a deal. I have my wires caught up. My daughter, when it comes to how can I put it? She's prone to do things and look back in hindsight. You know what I mean? Go, why did I do that? And so she's got her mind on that camper, and it's a toy to her in her mind, and ain't nothing we can do to get her change her mind.
Well, sometimes they got to find out the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, like if they get to my age, they better stop trying to figure it out the hard way, because guess what? You're gonna eventually be SOL.
Yeah, and their health is not the best either. You know, her husband, he's got high cholesterol, some other issues, and she's got issues. She may have a blood clot in her. I was telling her today, I said, you got insurance now to David. Get in the doctor's office and look at that blood clot that they couldn't find. I said, most people die of preventable things, and then they wonder why they die. Because they just say, well, I'll take my time about going to the doctor. You don't do that. I said, go get that checked out. She's also got some bad veins in her legs, and it causes her legs to swell and her hip to hurt. And I've actually, you've had it?
Well, I have high cholesterol and stuff like that, but
okay.
There's certain types of stuff that, and I mean, granted, I'm just as bad because I've been, like I said, I just feel sick. I can't tell you how I feel just besides that. Right. And yeah, I've let it go on way longer than I should have. But I'm trying to figure that out now. Of course, back when it was first happening, doctors, they didn't even freaking care.
Mm-hmm.
But a blood clot is definitely not anything to mess around with, because if it moves and it gets in your heart or your lung, brain, guess what? Time's up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder. She's been needing either vein surgery for years. Matter of fact, in 2006, she couldn't even stand and be a waitress. Her leg would swell.
Wow.
I said, you need, and this is how long this has been going on. I said, you need to go to a vein doctor. She said, well, they flush now. And I said, well, that's even easier. Just go to them and get it done. And I had a roommate here a few years ago. It was a guy in his 40s. He needed it, and I took him, I think, twice to Lawrenceville, Johns Creek area, where my old company, Seba Vision, was at. And he had 2 little minor surgeries, and he was okay. No problem.
Well, that's too, certain things with your legs, you shouldn't let go, because if it gets to that point, you might end up losing it.
Mm-hmm. Bob said move up there to his place, tiny home. Heck, by law here, even though I'm in a rural county, a conservative county, I can put a, say, 2-story from custom built shop from Home Depot.
Yeah.
And I can put a home theater in it, and I can do everything, but I can't sleep in it. No, I can't rent it. Can't do nothing. Now, I know a way around that, because it's easier to, what did I say about that grant? I have that saying, it's easier to get forgiveness than to get permission. Once I got it going, I probably could get them to inspect it, but then I would end up having to run a sewer line, a water line, and then building a bathroom in our shower wouldn't be that expensive for me, but a toilet and all the going to the sewer line and cutting through the driveway would cost me quite a bit. But I would have a big, pretty good size building there, 2-story back there.
Well, you could solve your problem with just using a composting toilet or one of those incinerator toilets that burns everything. And then they're pricey, but for what it costs you to put, hook all that up, it'd be a hell of a lot cheaper.
Mm-hmm. What it is, code. They won't, even though in this county they kind of, they overlook a lot of things to get things put in here. They don't like the idea of putting a in-law suite on your property unless you, do it absolutely by code. And even then, I don't think they like it a lot, but they probably would approve it then. But then you got to have everything to code: the sewer line, the water line. You know.
Yeah. Here, every little tiny thing from the very first when you flag your house site out, everything has to be inspected,
Mm-hmm.
measured. You have to have it set exactly where you want it when they come to inspect it, to measure
Mhm.
everything, to make sure your measurements are right.
Right.
Then they tell you what kind of septic you have to have. Because sometimes here you have to have what they call an above ground septic. And then you have to have this grinder pump, it's called, for it to go out into the septic.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I mean, it's crazy here.
Mm-hmm.
Wake up, Wayne.
Yeah, it's my property, and yet I can't put a building on it. And the buildings, if I put anything on here, even a workshop, I wanted a 12 by 24. 12 by 24 in 1995 was $3,000 cash. About 10 years ago, I called, and it was about 140 a month, or 100, 150, 140, 50. Last time I called, them things were over $200 something dollars. And they just went sky high the past few years, those metal. What it is, they bring them in there, and what's good about them is when they put them on your property, you don't get taxed for them because they're not permanent built structures.
Yeah.
And they're considered also an improvement on your property. Even helps your property value, but yet that tax part. People tell me, bill one. I go, no, they'll tax me. I don't want my taxes to go up.
Yeah.
I'm lucky here on my taxes. I don't pay much taxes. At one time I did. I don't now.
Well, here, put your house underground. There's a couple places here. There's a place not that far from us where probably a good 3/4 of their house is underground.
Wow.
Covered with dirt, moss, and they have a door that you can see, the front and back door, with windows. But the rest of their house is in the ground.
I bet that stays cool, at least part of it.
My thing is, if I was going to build a house like under the ground, I'd build the garage on top. Because they can only tax you on livable space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was laying around the past few hours. I got a Mac man. He's wanting to get some lighting and probably going to get a 4K Logitech camera because I told him that's a lot cheaper. I think it's $129. He's going to start. He's got a lot of toys, and reloading, so he wants to start doing live streams. I was helping him giving him some links the other night of some lighting stuff to buy. And I was at one time. I actually called him and I had it set up to where we was going to do live streams and we was going to go through his shop, and I was going to basically bring the live stream of all his equipment in for shows into my live stream. So the show would be about tonight's. Mac's going to show all of his bench and all of his gear, why he used it, to maybe cover one or two, tool equipment, and then do another live stream. Now he wants to do live streaming. He's got bitten by the bug. He said, I got all this stuff here. I might as well live stream, And then he said his channel growth is not growing as much as he would like. And I said, yeah, live streams are. I said, I'll be there, if you get it set up. He has custom built bolt action rifles where you buy the action and you blueprint it. And you're like Krager barrels and Masterpiece arms chassis. Guess what? His rifles are $10,000 to $12,000. He can his 308s. He says shoots hole into hole almost, but very small sub MOA. And of course he does everything. He turns his brass. He he uses a bushing, Bob, Redding bushing die, and I do too. That's what I use, bushings. Matter of fact, I got probably 6 bushings, at least 6 bushings I used. We're loading different brass in 308. So I got to do a mail call here in the next couple of days and thank someone for the mail, for sending mail.
I sent you a picture, Wayne.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it.
You see how many you got me up to now?
Yeah.
What you been up to,
like
Wayne?
314, I think.
I'm playing your playlist.
You're what now? Playing one?
I'm playing your playlist.
You got
Yeah.
a lot of you channels in these communities, boy, are very loyal. Y'all I don't even know if anybody in my community does playlists to help out, to be honest with you.
Hmm.
And I mean, even though they share links, occasionally and all that, they seem to be, we all seem to be more prone to want to build their channel instead of help others. So something about YouTube. YouTube.
I have to go now. Okay. So
Tasha knows what I'm talking about. YouTube changes some people.
Nice.
All right. Good night.
No, man. People change on YouTube sometimes. I don't know why. It just kind of, I think I don't think it's the 15 minutes of fame. I think it's just they get ambitious and start wanting to be monetized and stuff. I'm not monetized, and I haven't even worried about monetization. And I'm not worried about no 4,000 hours. I just hadn't really, thought much of it. I didn't think much about it until I heard about it. I didn't even realize you had to have 4,000 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what I think is, I'm more like the big channels tell you one thing: do the content, quit worrying about the numbers. Do content. They say it's king, and I kind of agree with some of those channels.
Yeah, I mean, Wayne's just trying to get me up to the watch hours.
Oh yeah, nothing wrong with that. That's fine. I've just never thought of it. I actually didn't even know it existed on it.
What are you doing, Mama Teacup?
Cause see, I remember I was grandfathered in on all the features of StreamYard a little over a year ago. I had URL I lost. I had I was whatever they had. I was grandfathered in from the early years. I think my channel started, I think, in 2012. Somewhere around there, and I'd been on YouTube guitar lessons in 2009, 8 and 9.
Yeah, see, I made my channel.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Congratulations. In October 7th of 2015, but I didn't start posting anything until I think February of this year.
Right. Good evening, Anna. Anna's Adventures. She just hit the 1,000 now. Wow. Watch hours. I don't even know what my hours are. I do look at the analytics on them, but I don't typically look at it often.
Yeah, Wayne's got me up to 3686.
Okay.
Space.
How much has he boosted you so far?
I think I was at like 35 something.
Oh wow, he did that watching your playlist?
Yeah, I think I was at 3586. So I think he's given me like almost $100.
Yeah, Betty J. Gathers mentioned something about that, about helping each other on YouTube. Apparently that's a good thing to help each other, because apparently it don't take long to get those hours up if people turn your playlist on.
Man, sit up and get a drink. You were one stubborn little boy. About ready to stick you on your head and dish.
I just, like I said earlier, I think my daughter don't know a gift horse when she looks at it.
No,
Don't look a
probably
gift
not.
horse in the mouth. I said, you're lucky, girl. I said, you really are. I said, to have landlords this, nice to you. I said, look, they never raised your rent. I said, landlords, they always want to raise your rent. And right now they could. Now the other day she was telling me she thought they didn't care if they left because they could double the rent. Come to find out that day, the lady broke down in tears.
No.
I said, man, they apparently like you a lot, Jennifer. Yeah.
The quickest way to get watch hours is to do lives.
I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, I started out doing a lot of live streams. Average about 2 hours. Sometimes I'd go 2.5 occasionally. Then I got shutting a lot of them down an hour and a half, typically. Especially us, we were topics, And what me and Echo would do, if we had topics and we ran out of it after a while, we would just like everybody else, we'd start wandering into territory I didn't want to go into. Yeah, and I go, let's just end the show. When we run out of the topics, say hello and talk. Now, something if I'm ending the show now, I do a little different than everybody else. I'll stop ending the show and I will sit there and finish talking. Whoever's talking, if I'm in the process of ending it, so I'll just pause it and let them talk, and talk back. Talk with them.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to shut this one down at 2.5 because I got to get up early.
Mm-hmm. Now, I ain't got nothing to do. See, lately I mail call. I may move my cameras around here, and I'd love to. I just hate dragging all this stuff out because I'll be back at my daughter's house again, going, oh, help me. I'd like to get I'd like to clear this whole wall out back here and paint this room. I don't know what color, Dylan blue or gray. I hadn't figured out yet. Dylan blue would look kind of cool because that's the color of my 650 back there. Actually, I got dust covers on a couple of my presses now back there. Yeah, I just come on to say hello. I didn't know how long you were going to go.
Another 14 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I went on a rant the first part of the live.
Uh-oh, what was that about? Another issue?
Well, long story short is about, friends or supposed friends treating you a certain type of way when you didn't do anything to them. Then they talk about wanting to put you on blast. And I said, why don't you grow a pair and come up on my panel? You want to put somebody on blast? And yada, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm. Oh. What is blast?
Well, blast can mean a couple different things. I mean, a lot of people do a blast where they're like exposing people, or they'll like expose personal things or personal troubles about other people.
Oh, okay.
So to me, like what I would, if I was going to do it, to me, that would be me calling out the person's name.
Yeah.
Making a spectacle of you. Not that I'm going to reveal any type of personal information.
Right.
But I'm going to reveal what people are thinking about you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Pixel Chick.
Hello, Pixel Chick. Good to see you.
But yeah, you have to go back and watch the first couple minutes.
Okay. Well, yeah, I will.
Maybe the first 15, I think. I
got a good kind of a lawnmower weed eater, heavy duty weed eater for $50 today. I did get that.
Well, that's cool.
It cranks when he don't have a filter on. He's been running it without a filter. I said, oh, you shouldn't did that because the dust get in there and eat the rings up. And I know because I've had another tiller that had happened to. So I got to order that. He put gas in the carburetor. It cranked, but the gas in the tank will not crank at all. And I said, okay, how long has it been in the tank? He says 1 year. It's ethanol. I said, okay, that could be bad gas. I said, or a clog in the carburetor. I said, either way, I'll fix it. And the boy, it's got the handlebar on it. You know, it's a Husqvarna. And she
Yeah.
said it'll knock big old briars. You know how tough they are. They said
Yeah.
they'll just tear them down. So I'm gonna enjoy that, cleaning up my property, you know, in the
See,
spring.
here we run non-ethanol and everything. Non-ethanol into lawnmowers, weed eaters,
Me too.
four-wheeler, rototiller.
Hmm.
I don't put
Me too.
the only thing that ethanol mixed gas goes into is my vehicles because
Hmm.
I can't afford 6 something a freaking gallon for non-ethanol gas unless I'm just filling a 2-gallon gas can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think ours is
kerosene here is $6.99 a gallon.
ours about 4.80. It was last time I got it, I think, per gallon. Yeah, I've actually had better luck with non-ethanol in all my mowers and trimmers. My brother has. It just works. And I tell you something else I do. A lot of people, you know, drain tanks, you know, in the winter. I don't. And all I do is put just maybe a quarter or half a capsule of stable, which is probably
Yep.
too much, in the gas tank, and I crank the mower up, let it run through the carburetor, and I shut it down. In spring, figure 2006, I've never had a failure to crank every spring. Because that stable gets in that carburetor and all the way through the whole system, and just the gas don't go bad on me.
No.
I just do it a little different. I just don't want to have to drain tanks, you know, every summer. It's a lot easier to put a capful in there, you know, let it run a minute, or a half cap. Matter of fact, I got to do that to my mower here in a few days, this week. My push mower, I got to get it cranked, put a little bit in it. As long as I do that, I'm fine.
Yeah. I
Oh,
put stable and everything. Like I'll put, you know, just I squeeze just a little bit in the thing and pour it in. And then like the lawnmower, I'll drive it back, like, you know, stop and go, like sloshing it back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And then the same with the snowblower. When I put that away, I put, you know, just a tiny little bit of stable in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just run it back and forth, you know, shaking it a little bit to get it mixed through.
Mm-hmm.
And everything works good. My 4-wheeler I run all year, so I never worry about
Mm-hmm.
putting that in, which is supposed to snow, but
Mm-hmm.
can't get my 4-wheeler in the garage because working on mom's wood stove. It's got to be sanded down, which John was working on tonight, and then she bought new paint for it, and then the new door seals and the glass seal and stuff like that.
Yeah, stable works. That's right. I've never had a problem with it. My brother, he uses marine grade stable in his truck all the time since he bought it. Every vehicle he buys, he puts in his automobile. And
See, what's good about like with tractor trailer, okay? Like our fuel here is different than say where you are. So if I was coming back from Georgia, I'd want to make sure that I ran my fuel down enough to fill in like Pennsylvania, close to New York, because then the additives in the fuel. And plus, I would put extra additive, the anti-gel stuff in my tanks. Because a lot of times, if you go down and you get a Southern gas or Southern diesel, and you come back here and don't put like anti-gel in it, or, you know, at least get it down to like half a tank and then fill your tanks up with Northern diesel, it'll gel.
Wow.
Because it's different.
Gotcha.
So I'd always carry the big bottles, like about this tall, anti-gel stuff, and I'd carry like 5-6 bottles of that. And I'd have to hide them in my truck when my truck had to go in for service because the mechanics would steal shit out of my truck.
Wow. That's bad when you can't even trust mechanics in shops.
Oh yeah. The one day I went right in the freaking shop, I said, okay, where the F is this? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, I do, because it's sitting right there on your frickin' bench. I said, you steal shit out of my truck again, I'm going to take my tire thumper to your fingers.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you're lucky it's not like a crime or what they did back in the day at certain other countries where you steal, they chop your frickin' hand off.
Yeah. I read today that Afghanistan declared Sharia law all over it, and they're going to bring back stoning and public punishment.
Wow.
Apparently, the works. Horrible. Man, what they're doing.
Well, some countries, instead of getting closer to modernizing, they're going back to times that shouldn't be gone back to.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And the last company I worked for, those drivers were freaking pigs. I come to work one day, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 spray bottles sitting on my step, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I know exactly what that is. It was piss, actually. And I took him into the boss.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I'll tell you right now, I said, if I come back in here or to the yard and there are pee bottles or spray bottles or whatever it is with pee,
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm going to sit down here and I said, I'm going to find out who it is. I said, and then when I find out who it is, I'm going to pour it right down in by their frickin' windshield wipers and see how they like that.
Oh, I don't like numbers, Judy May. I'll say this: I'm not 40 and 50 anymore, and I'm near the 60. But numbers
Hey,
an
I'm
age.
44, so.
Number is not a good indicator of age, in my opinion.
Well, I'm 80, 44 in age and 100 in body and probably 12 in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Or I should say 12 at heart, not mind.
I got that table saw. I'm going to try to get that thing out there and get some room, and I'm going to start making the product. And I'm going to start selling it and pushing it on. I don't push T-shirts or nothing, but I want to make this product. It's good for shops, walls, living rooms, you name it. It's going to be a nice product. It's something you can hang up or mount. And I've got already the some of the equipment already, the razor blades, the glue, the big giant clamps. I think 40 or 60-inch big old clamps. I got them from Harbor Freight, but they got a couple of $10 off, $39 at Lowe's right now. Boy, them things are heavy duty. I think they're 48-inch or 60-something inch. I can't remember now. I know how old he is. I might have told you how. If I told you how old, I probably made the number up, Bob. I used to, even when I was in my 30s, I had a baby face. I tell everybody, I met a date one time, and I was dating her for quite a while, and she met me. She said, how old are you? I said, I'm 27. And she was shocked when she found out that I had a kid. She thought I had a baby at home, after divorce. Found out I had like a 10-year-old daughter. She says, whoa. She said, I didn't think you looked old enough to have a kid that old. And I said, yeah. That age catches up with you after a while.
That's for sure. All right, guys, I'm going to shut this down. I had to get up at 7.
Great seeing you, Tosh. Great seeing you all on the side chat. Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen. God bless.
You too, Elliot. I got a yawn.
I almost yawned the other night when I was on your show for a minute. I didn't say nothing.
All right, guys, I'll catch you tomorrow night. Hope everybody has a great one. Much love. God bless. Catch you later.